are ridiculous the last, I don't know, 10 games or so.
Who are we talking about?
Bailey. It's like, oh this, oh that for everything.
I'm going to pull up his stats.
Yeah, they're bad.
Patrick Bailey.
Mark Graves, player of the game is the pitch clock. Hard to watch Giants offense. Oh, man. That's fantastic.
Here, I'm pulling up his stats right now.
Okay.
All right. Look at this. I mean, his last 7 games, he's hitting 0.45 with an 0.43 on base and an 0.45 slugging. He has 1 hit in his last 22 at-bats. He has 4 hits in his last 55 at-bats. His last 15 games, he's hitting 0.73. In his last 30 games, he's hitting 178. I mean, he is just in. He is down.
Well, let me put one comment up. I don't always hit the chat with too many comments, but this one, Asaf says Bailey is overrated. Offense is horrible. Guys, do you remember when Bailey was hitting 290? When Bailey was hitting 290, I told you he's going to hit in the 240 range. He'll hit below 250. Just watch. And people were saying that, oh, you're so negative, Dan. You're just so negative. I'm saying, guys, I'm not always right, but I have hunches based on my 54 years of watching the game and watching guys' tendencies. And I could see that his right-handed swing is not good at all. And left-handed, he hits the ball generally pretty hard, but he looks very tired to me. He looks run down.
I would give him 2 days off this series. I would let Casali put Casali in the next 2 games and let Bailey get 2 nights off for rest and then let him catch Webb. Because he needs some time off. You know who would be great right now, Dan?
Who's that? Bart. Joey Bart.
Joey Bart.
Yes.
We can keep on saying it. It made no sense how they just kept him off the roster. They signed Tom Murphy for $8 million it was a 2-year deal worth $8 million. That was a bad signing. Bart, you never needed to get rid of Bart. He could have been your backup catcher, and his potential is still there. Yeah, I mean he's hitting this year.
Yeah, well, I wanted to show something to my our good friend who's in the chat. One of our mods. See if he's in here. I know he's in here somewhere. Has he made any comments? Matthew, who watches the show all the way from Atlanta at 1:15 in the morning right now. He's watching. So when we go to 11, he's up till 2 watching us sometimes. Matthew, I want to show you something that is pretty cool. Oops, hold on here. Let me kill that, Laura, that screen there. And guys, this doesn't have anything to do with the Giants. This is just a little fun on the side. I won't be playing this often, but he says, I'm here. Take a look at this, Matthew. Oh, I can't play. Here we go. Fantasy baseball standings. I promise I won't show it often, but there it is. From worst to first, at the top right now, a half a point in the lead. I don't know how we got there, but we're there. I was down at the bottom struggling. Matthew took over the team. We started working a little bit together, and who knows if it'll last. Hopefully it will, but the name Dodger Dan Domination is just a joke. You make a joke of your team's name in fantasy, okay, guys? So just wanted to show that. That's it. No more fantasy. That was it. Anyway,
I mean, back to Bailey. It's obvious he's tired. I mean, he has
Yeah.
catcher's legs. Most catchers tend to wear down towards the end of the year just because there's so much stress on their knees and legs. But this is extreme. I mean, he's hitting. I'll pull this back up. He's hitting 0.26 in August. He has how many hits does
Wow.
he have in August? Does he have one? He has one hit in August. In all of August, he has one hit. That's 1, 2,
What are we,
3, 4,
August 12th?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. He has one hit. His average has dropped from 264 to 238. This is just
264. What was it? 264? The beginning of August?
264 beginning of August. Now
So
it's at
go
238.
back to the All-Star break. What was it? July 13th, 14th, somewhere around there, 15th. When do they stop playing?
When was the All-Star break?
You'll see again. It's right around the 15th of July usually.
Right here, 14th through 19th. At the All-Star break, he was hitting 283.
Wow. So he's dropped 40 points. He's what it now? 243?
238, I think.
238?
238.
Dropped 45 points.
His offense has dropped 45 points.
45 points. I got to find that clip. Everybody got on me and said I was so negative. And I was just like, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it. It's just the same thing I'm telling you with Chapman. Chapman's going to hit between 220 and 240, depending on where he's at in the season. When the season ends, if he's on a heater, he'll be closer to 240. If he's in a slump, he's going to be in the 230 to 220 range.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch.
I mean, yeah, but it's obvious Bailey needs a bunch of time off, and this was his first game where he was batting, I think, below 5th or 6th. Like Melvin was putting him up in the 5th spot consistently for the past couple games, and this was the first game where he was in the 8th spot. He needs a day off. He needs a couple days off. He might need a series off.
I'll say this. Mitchell and Ness says, Dan, I know what you said. I think Bailey's better than the 240, though. You know what? I'll say this, Mitchell and Ness. 240 for a catcher's in today's game is not a bad batting average. But the difference is he's so drastic. If he just hit 240
for the whole season, that would be fine.
And just stay there and be like, okay, Bailey's a pretty reliable, decent hitter, 240. You'll take that. But he's way up here hitting 300, and then he's hitting below 50. And so his average is dropping like crazy. What he needs to do is level off and stay in the 240 to 250 range. I think if you get 240 to 250 out of Patrick Bailey and he gives you 10 home runs and gives you, what would you say for the season, 50, 60 RBIs?
Something around there, yeah.
Something around there, and plays the defense he plays. See, I would not play Bailey more than 120 games. Pull up his stats again. How many has he played? Because I bet he's on a pace for 130.
Let me go up. He's played 92 so far this year.
And they have 41 left.
So he's on pace, I guess.
He's on pace for about 130.
Mm-hmm.
No, 120.
No, about 120, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Bailey needs to only play 100 games. Maybe you play him, you wait and you play him not so early in the season and play him so often that you wear him down, that you actually, the Braves, the way they do it, but they've got two pretty decent catchers.
Well, you could have had that with Bart
Murphy.
And Bailey.
Exactly. That was what I was saying. You could have had it even better than the Braves, because the Braves have Murphy and d'Arnaud both right-handed.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had Bart batting from the right side where Bailey's weak. Bart kind of crushes left-handed pitching, and he's already got 10 home runs and less at bats than Bailey. And Bailey has 8 on the year.